Are you ready to navigate a job market that feels, well, less like a straight road and maybe more like a complex kind of ever-evolving digital landscape?
Hmm.
What if I told you the traditional maps for landing your dream tech job might be outdated and you need a brand new GPS?
That's a great way to put it.
Welcome to the Deep Dive, your essential guide to being truly well-informed. Today, we're embarking on a really crucial journey, decoding the modern job market specifically for aspiring IT professionals and those of you in MIS and CIS fields.
Mm.
Our insights today are drawn from a fantastic resource, Dr. Joseph H.Schuessler's Launching Your Tech Career, a professional development guide.
That's right. And our mission for this deep dive is really to equip you whether you're just charting your first career steps or maybe looking to advance your professional development with essential, really actionable strategies. We're talking career readiness, personal branding, networking, and mastering the job search in today's pretty dynamic tech landscape. We'll be pulling out the most important sort of nuggets of wisdom to help you not just compete, but, truly stand out.
Absolutely. And as we plunge into these critical insights, if you find this deep dive valuable for your own career journey, please maybe consider sharing it with a classmate or a colleague.
Yeah, it'd be great.
And even more importantly, maybe take a moment to reflect on how you can personally apply these strategies to your own professional path.
Reflection is key.
So if the modern job market is this complex new terrain, where do we even begin our exploration? The first landmark we encounter is what our source calls the new reality of the job market. And I guess the most immediate change hitting job seekers is this shift towards, well, longer job hunts.
It's a really significant shift and one I see impacting a lot of aspiring professionals. The days of quickly snagging an offer seem to be, well, for now at least, behind us. Our source highlights that, on average, a job seeker is now spending about 6 months searching for a new position.
6 months?
Yeah, and that's roughly a month longer than it was back in early 2023. What's even more striking, based on some data, is that the share of people job hunting for 6 months or more has actually jumped by over 50% in just the last 2 years.
50%.
Oh.
That's a staggering figure. It really hammers home just how much the landscape has shifted, doesn't it?
It really does.
It truly underlines that patience and persistence aren't just good qualities. They're now like foundational requirements. It's definitely a marathon, not a sprint anymore.
Exactly. Marathon, not a sprint.
And speaking of marathons, we're also seeing a pretty significant pivot in the type of roles available, right?
We are, yeah. And what's particularly fascinating here is the rise of temporary and project-based roles. Companies seem to be increasingly cautious about making those permanent hires. They're favoring contract workers for flexibility and, to manage fluctuating demands. The percentage of IT and tech roles filled by contractors has actually tripled in the past couple of years. Tripled. It now makes up about 1 in 5 tech jobs, according to some reports.
1 in 5. That's a huge shift. And I think I read somewhere that nearly 90% of large enterprises plan to maintain or even boost their contractor budgets. This isn't just a trend anymore, is it? It feels like a real foundational shift in how work itself is structured in tech.
You've really hit on something vital there. This is indeed a foundational shift, feeding into what's broadly termed the gig economy.
Right, the gig economy.
We're seeing roughly 72 million Americans freelancing right now. That's about 45% of the workforce.
Wow.
And projections suggest it could be over half by 2027. And this isn't just for, casual jobs. It's high-skilled tech roles, too, from cybersecurity to data analysis.
Okay, so how should listeners think about this? Is it a bad thing?
Well, that's the thing. For you, the listener, this isn't necessarily a downside. It's actually an opportunity. These temporary roles, they are excellent stepping stones.
Okay.
They build crucial experience. They expand your professional network really rapidly. And very often, they lead directly to permanent offers once you've proven your value.
This is like a try before you buy for both sides.
Exactly. So be open to them and maybe prepare financially for that potentially longer transition period between gigs,
That's such a critical reframe, seeing contract work as a strategic entry point, not just a temporary fix. Now, for the current stats in the IS field overall, it seems like a bit of a mixed bag. We've had over 150,000 tech workers laid off in 2024 alone.
Yeah.
Which definitely ramps up the competition.
It does. However, if we connect this to the bigger picture, the demand for specialized tech skills remained incredibly strong in specific high-growth areas like AI, cybersecurity, and data analytics.
Right.
So it's a bit of a paradox. You've got more candidates vying for maybe fewer publicly posted jobs, yet the underlying need for skilled IS professionals hasn't actually gone away.
Interesting paradox.
So understanding these foundational shifts, embracing patience, and seeing temporary as potentially strategic, those are your very first steps in, well, truly strategic professional development.
Okay, so if the job hunt is longer and employers are maybe favoring contract roles, it sounds like the scales have tipped a bit.
Yeah.
That leads us right into our next big shift. How this has created a new employer's market that demands a different strategy from job seekers.
Indeed, the power balance has decidedly tilted after that really hot job market of maybe 2021, 2022, where job seekers often juggled multiple offers.
Yeah, I remember that time.
Post-2023, conditions have cooled considerably. Research shows applicant volumes have surged, making hiring far more favorable for employers now.
So more competition.
Exactly. More applicants mean companies can be much more selective and, frankly, set stricter terms. This impacts everything from wage growth, which might be slower, to the availability of remote work offers. They're still out there, but maybe slightly less common now than during the peak pandemic hiring frenzy.
That's a lot to process for someone just starting out. Given this shifting power dynamic, what's maybe the most common mistake job seekers are still making right now? And what's the immediate pivot they need to consider?
Oh, the biggest mistake I see. Applying really broadly with a generic resume, just hoping something sticks. It's just such a low-yield strategy in this market.
Right? Spray and pray doesn't work.
Not anymore. Data shows nearly 40% of job seekers are applying to more jobs but hearing back less. And meanwhile, something like 73% of HR professionals say less than half of the applicants actually meet the role's criteria. Yeah. So the immediate pivot is to emphasize fit and value. This means quality over quantity. Tailor each application. Really showcase how your unique skills and experiences align perfectly with that specific job. You're not just sending a resume, you're sending like a personalized solution to their problem.
And when it comes to negotiations, especially for entry-level roles, it sounds like flexibility and realism are key.
Precisely. Do your research on market rates for entry-level roles in your field and have a realistic range in mind. If an offer comes in a bit lower than hoped, really consider the whole package benefits, growth opportunities, work-life balance.
The total compensation picture.
Exactly, because shopping around with multiple competing offers isn't quite as common right now. Remember, your first job often serves as a foundational experience. It's about getting that critical experience in the door. You can always reposition yourself for raises and new roles down the line.
That makes sense. And beyond that, if you're noticing a pattern, maybe seeing desired skills in job ads that you don't quite possess, like, say, proficiency in Power BI or Tableau.
Yeah.
That's a clear signal, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a signal to close that gap. Take an online course, maybe get a certification. Showing that kind of initiative to proactively address skill gaps can give you a significant edge when the competition is high.
Yeah, shows you're serious.
Exactly. And finally, professionalism and persistence are just paramount. Hiring processes can be longer now, maybe with multiple rounds, skills tests.
More hoops to jump through.
A few more, yeah. So being on time, sending thoughtful thank you emails, polite follow-ups, these aren't just courtesies. They genuinely differentiate you when employers have a lot of candidates to choose from. You need to recognize the shift, adapt your strategy, and you'll turn this dynamic to your advantage.
Okay, let's move into how technology is fundamentally changing the job hunt itself. This is where it gets really interesting, I think, because we're not just talking about using LinkedIn anymore. We're talking about navigating these digital gatekeepers, some of which aren't even human.
Exactly. Most job applications today are online, which sounds convenient, right?
Yeah.
But it means a single job ad can easily receive like 250 resumes, maybe more.
Wow, $250 for one ad.
Yeah. So to manage the sheer volume, companies rely heavily on something called an applicant tracking system, or ATS.
ATS.
Think of it as a digital bouncer for your resume. If it doesn't have the right look and, crucially, the right keywords, it might not even get through the door to a human recruiter.
And here's the wild part I read. Something like 98% of large companies use ATS, and a staggering 75% of resumes are rejected by the ATS before a human ever sees them.
It's true, 75%.
That's a massive hurdle. So for our listener, what are the absolute best practices for getting past these digital gatekeepers? How do you beat the bot?
Right, that's the million-dollar question. How do you optimize your resume for ATS? First, keywords. Use keywords directly from the job description. If the posting says project management, use project management, not some variation like led multiple projects. Be literal.
Got it. Match the language exactly.
Exactly. Second, stick to simple, clean formatting. Avoid complex designs, images, columns, unusual fonts. These can confuse the software. Standard headings are best.
Keep it simple.
Third, ensure those knockout requirements like years of experience or specific certifications like SQL proficiency are highly visible and clearly stated. Finally, leverage tools. There are services like JobScan or even AI like ChatGPT can help you align your resume with job postings. This is becoming, well, table stakes for job seekers now.
Using AI to beat the AI.
Sort of, but always ensure any AI-generated adjustments are truthful and accurately reflect your actual skills and experience. Authenticity still matters.
Okay, so after the ATS, then your online presence comes into play, especially on social media. We're talking LinkedIn, GitHub, and maybe beyond. This is your digital storefront, essentially.
That's a great way to put it. Your online presence is absolutely crucial. Over 90% of employers use social media in some way to find or screen talent.
90%.
Yeah, and about 72% of recruiters specifically use LinkedIn. So for LinkedIn, it means having a complete profile, a professional photo, full work experience, skills listed out, and a strong, concise summary that acts like your elevator pitch.
Not just a placeholder.
No, it isn't just an online resume. It's a living, breathing networking hub. You need to connect with peers, alumni, join relevant industry groups like data science or cybersecurity forums, follow companies you admire. And crucially, showcase your projects. Link to your GitHub, upload examples directly if you can.
And for IT and IS roles, especially those involving coding, data analysis, or development, a strong GitHub profile is practically non-negotiable these days, isn't it? It's like proof of concept.
It absolutely is. A few well-structured public projects with clear readme files can demonstrate your coding skills, your problem-solving ability, and your initiative in a way a resume simply can't.
It shows you can actually do the work.
Exactly. It shows you don't just know about coding, you actually do it. And remember, be mindful of all your public social media. Maintain professionalism across every platform because employers are definitely looking at your broader online persona.
Good point. This brings us to another really fascinating development. The rise of AI in hiring. AI isn't just scanning resumes anymore. It seems like it's influencing the entire process, often before you even realize it.
That's right. AI is used for sourcing candidates, sometimes with chatbots handling that initial outreach. You might not even talk to a human until you've passed some initial AI-driven hurdles.
Seriously, chatbots doing the first contact.
It happens. And some video interview platforms, like HireVue, for example, might even use AI to analyze your responses, not just the content, but things like clarity, your tone, maybe even expressions.
Whoa. Analyzing expressions.
Yeah, it's evolving fast. A recent survey showed something like 87% of companies use AI in some aspect of recruitment now. You simply must adapt to these tools.
So how do you adapt?
Well, use technology to your advantage. Set up email alerts for new postings, leverage AI tools to help refine your applications and cover letters, but, and this is key, always ensure your content is personalized and authentically represents you. Don't just copy-paste what an AI writes.
Right, personalize and verify. But with all this technology acting as gatekeepers and evaluators, cultivating your personal brand in the digital age seems more important than ever. It's about telling your unique story.
Right. Absolutely. Personal branding means understanding your unique value proposition, what makes you different and valuable, and consistently communicating it across all your platforms, your resume, LinkedIn, interviews, everywhere. It's the direct answer to the question, why should someone hire you specifically out of all the candidates?
Okay, so how do you build that brand?
Start with a strong profile summary on LinkedIn. It's like your gateway to your brand, as our source puts it. Instead of a generic seeking an IT job, say something specific and benefit-oriented.
Like what? Give me an example.
Okay, maybe something like business analytics graduate with a passion for transforming complex data into strategic insights. Skilled in SQL, Tableau, and Python, leveraging these tools to drive informed decision-making. Eager to contribute to an entry-level data analyst role. See the difference?
Yeah, much more specific and action-oriented.
Exactly. And consistency across platforms is key. Your LinkedIn, resume, portfolio, they should all tell a cohesive story about you. Show both professionalism and personality. Convey those crucial soft skills like being a team collaborator or a creative problem solver. Engage thoughtfully on LinkedIn with industry posts.
And maybe clean up anything potentially embarrassing online.
Definitely. Critically, clean up your online image. Google yourself regularly, check your privacy settings on social media, and ensure all public content aligns with the professional image you want to project.
That strong, consistent personal brand makes you memorable.
Yeah.
Helps you stand out in that crowded digital space. It's like your unique signal in all the noise.
Precisely.
Okay, before we rush out there, just start, applying to every job posting, our source emphasizes something really critical.
Yeah.
The importance of self-reflection. Thinking of it as finding your inner career compass, maybe. The one that points you toward true alignment.
It's absolutely foundational and honestly something I stress repeatedly in my own professional development courses. Jumping into a job hunt without real self-reflection is like setting sail without a
I
compass.
still just drift.
You might drift into a job that doesn't really suit you, or, perhaps worse, you might fail to convincingly articulate why you're the right fit for the jobs you do want. Employers can often tell when you have a clear sense of direction versus when you're just grasping.
Good point.
Self-reflection helps you identify roles that genuinely align with your strengths. It helps you articulate your value with authentic conviction. And it helps you maintain motivation during what can be, as we said, a lengthy process. It gives you that true north.
So what's a good structured framework for this kind of self-assessment? Where do you even begin if you haven't done this before?
Well, a commonly used and highly effective framework is examining your values, interests, and skills, sometimes called VIS, combined with understanding your personality type or work style preferences.
VIS.
Okay.
Break that
What?
down. Values.
Your values are those core principles that truly matter to you in your work. Things like job security, maybe work-life balance, intellectual challenge, making a tangible impact, creativity. List them out and maybe rank your top 5 or 10.
Okay, then. Interests.
Your interests are the topics and activities you genuinely enjoy. What subjects really excited you in class? What kind of problems do you find yourself wanting to solve, maybe even outside of coursework or your job? What industries fascinate you?
And finally, skills. It seems obvious, but maybe there's nuance.
Yeah, the nuance is looking at both your technical skills, your Java, Python, SQL, Tableau, AWS, whatever they are, and those crucial soft skills: communication, teamwork, leadership, problem solving. And critically, identify the skills you're not only good at, but the ones you actually enjoy using. That overlap is key.
Enjoyment matters too. And personality.
And don't forget your personality and work style. Do you thrive working alone on deep, complex analysis, or are you energized by collaborative team environments and client interactions? Do you prefer structured, predictable settings or more flexible, dynamic ones?
Right. Putting it all together.
Oh.
How does that work?
Putting it all together means looking for patterns, for the intersection points. For instance, if your values include creativity and helping others, your interests lie in, say, education technology and data visualization, and your skills are strong in Excel, Python, and presentation, well, maybe you'd be a great fit for a data analyst role in an educational software company. That clarity makes your job search incredibly focused and much more effective.
That makes so much sense. And if you're struggling with this kind of self-assessment, there are definitely resources out there, right?
Oh, absolutely. You can use career assessments like StrengthsFinder, now Clifton Strengths, or the Strong Interest Inventory. Many university career centers offer these.
Good tip.
And don't be afraid to ask for candid feedback from trusted mentors, professors, friends, or even former colleagues. They often see strengths or patterns you might miss in yourself.
Like blind spots.
Exactly. And deeply reflect on past experiences, analyze what jobs, internships, or even class projects you truly loved versus those you maybe disliked or struggled with. Why? That helps identify your preferences.
So these insights allow you to align your strengths much more specifically with IS job opportunities.
Precisely. If you find you're highly analytical and detail-oriented, maybe a data analyst or business analyst role is perfect. If you're more creative and user-focused, think about UX design or maybe IS innovation roles.
Okay.
If you're a real people person and a strong communicator, IT consulting or project management could be your calling. And for those who are security-minded and methodical, a cybersecurity analyst is a field with huge growth.
So using self-reflection isn't just a one-time thing.
No, definitely not. It's a continuous process you should revisit throughout your career. Use these insights right now to tailor your resume, to prepare compelling interview answers, and importantly, to evaluate job offers. Does this opportunity truly align with your values and long-term goals? That alignment leads to much greater career satisfaction down the road.
Okay, now for our final, and arguably most important section. Proactive job search strategies. This sounds like where the rubber really meets the road. It's about unlocking what's often called the hidden job market. Sounds intriguing.
It is intriguing, and it's absolutely where the real magic often happens. This is where you move from just a reactive approach, which is basically just searching job boards, clicking apply, and waiting, to a truly proactive one.
Reactive versus proactive.
Right. While traditional methods like online applications are still necessary, if you're only doing that, you're competing for maybe just a small fraction, some say 15 to 30% of the actual jobs out there.
Only 15 to 30%.
Yeah, the real game, the majority of opportunities are often filled before they ever get posted publicly. They live in the shadows, so to speak, filled through connections and referrals.
Wow. So the hidden job market is real.
Oh, it's very real.
Well.
Some estimates suggest 70% to even 85% of jobs are never publicly published. They're filled via networking and referrals. Ignoring this hidden market is like only fishing in the shallow end of the ocean, hoping a big fish swims by.
That's a massive percentage of opportunities that are simply invisible if you're only applying online. And I've heard employee referrals are consistently reported as the top source of quality hires for companies too.
That's absolutely correct. So networking truly is your secret weapon here. But let's be clear, it's not just about who you know. It's more about who knows you and knows what you can do.
Okay, so how do you network effectively? It sounds intimidating to some people.
It can feel that way, but it doesn't have to be. Networking isn't about awkwardly using people. It's about building genuine relationships and offering mutual support. Start simple. Tap into your alumni network and university resources. Connect with graduates from your program on LinkedIn. I've been where you are.
Good starting point.
Attend industry events and meetups, even virtual ones. Local tech groups like AIS, ACM, or IE chapters, conferences, career fairs. Come prepared with a simple, genuine introduction about who you are and what you're interested in. And always, always follow up afterwards with a thoughtful message, maybe referencing something you discussed.
And social media beyond LinkedIn.
Definitely. Don't forget to leverage social networks professionally. Engage thoughtfully on platforms like Tech Twitter by following industry leaders and relevant hashtags, or participate in online forums related to your specific interests, like data science or cybersecurity. And remember, networking is fundamentally a two-way street. Offer sincere appreciation, show useful knowledge or articles when you can, maybe recommend peers if an opportunity isn't right for you.
Be a giver, not just a taker.
Exactly. And persistence and maintenance are key. Building a strong, supportive network is a long-term game. It's not about making a sale, it's about building a professional community. Keep in touch periodically.
Okay, beyond broad networking, what about engaging directly with specific employers you're interested in?
That's another great proactive strategy. Make a focus list of maybe 5, 10 dream companies or organizations where you'd love to work. Use LinkedIn to find employees who work there, maybe in departments you're targeting.
And then just ask for a job?
No, definitely not. Instead, politely request an informational interview. Just a brief, maybe 15-20-minute chat to learn about their career path, their experience at the company, or trends in the field. You're asking for advice, not a job.
Informational interview. That sounds less pressure.
It is. A polite outreach message, maybe something like, "Hello, Ms. Smith. I'm a senior in MIS at Tarleton State and very interested in cybersecurity roles. Your work at company name in that area really resonates with me. Would you possibly have 15 minutes sometime in the coming weeks to share some advice for someone starting out in this field?" That kind of approach can open doors to surprising insights and connections.
That's a great script. You could also follow company pages, engage with their content, attend their virtual Q&A sessions or webinars.
Absolutely. Be visible and engaged. And while the hit rate is admittedly low, some really determined individuals even send highly tailored cold applications directly to dream companies, expressing strong interest for future consideration, even if no specific role is posted at that moment. It shows incredible initiative, even if it doesn't always lead directly to an interview.
Worth a shot sometimes.
Well.
What about more structured opportunities?
Don't overlook those. Join professional associations like AIS, ACM, or IEE. Participate actively in student chapters if you're still in school, attend their events, maybe even volunteer. They often have exclusive job boards and networking events.
It's career fairs too.
Yes, but treat career fairs as relationship-building opportunities, not just resume drop-offs. Engage recruiters in conversation beyond just handing over your paper. Ask thoughtful questions about their work or the company culture, get their contact info, and definitely follow up afterward.
Good advice.
Seek out mentorship programs, either formal ones through your university or professional networks, or cultivate informal mentors by building relationships with experienced people you admire. And of course, internships and co-ops remain one of the single most productive ways to land a full-time job. Many companies hire directly from their intern pool.
Okay, so let's distill some really actionable tips for being truly proactive. What are the key things listeners should start doing this week?
Okay, actionable tips. First, build your network continuously, even small steps. Aim for maybe one new professional contact or conversation per week. Even a quick virtual coffee chat counts.
One a week. Doable.
Second, actively try to use the hidden job market. Hear a rumor about a company expanding or starting a new project. See if you can find someone there to learn more, even if nothing's posted yet.
Be curious.
Third, prepare and practice an engaging elevator pitch. That concise 30-second summary of who you are, what you do, and what you're looking for.
Got an example?
Sure. Hi, I'm Jane, just finishing my BBA in MIS this spring. I really specialize in database management and love transforming raw data into actionable business insights. Actually, in my recent internship, I optimized a key sales database for a local firm, which helped increase their reporting efficiency by about 15%. I'm now actively seeking an entry-level data analyst position where I can apply these skills. It's great to meet you, something like that.
Polished and specific. Nice.
Fourth, follow industry news closely. Read sources like the Wall Street Journal tech section, the DICE blog, specific tech newsletters in your field. This not only keeps you informed, but gives you fantastic, relevant conversation starters for networking.
Spaker.
Fifth, get organized. Track your efforts. Use a simple spreadsheet or maybe a free CRM tool to manage your applications, contacts, follow-ups, and notes from conversations. Don't let things fall through the cracks.
Organization is key.
And finally, and this is crucial, stay positive and resilient. The proactive approach takes effort. Not every email gets a reply. Not every conversation leads to a job offer immediately. Consistent perseverance truly pays off in the long run. Don't get discouraged.
Absolutely. So the best approach, really, is combining both the traditional online applications with these proactive strategies, isn't it?
Without a doubt. Apply online, yes, that checks the box. But then try to reach out to a contact you have or can find at that company. Let them know you've applied, express your strong interest, maybe ask for insights about the team or role. You might just get your resume pulled from the huge pile and get a direct referral or at least a closer look.
That makes sense.
Employers genuinely appreciate that kind of initiative. It shows enthusiasm, resourcefulness, and a real drive to work there, not just anywhere.
What a deep dive this has been. We've covered so much ground today, from navigating these new market realities to really owning your digital identity and being proactive. Let's quickly recap the 5 critical takeaways from this deep dive that can serve as, like, your new career GPS.
Okay, 5 key things. First, the job market has fundamentally changed. You need to expect longer job searches now, maybe around 6 months on average. And crucially, be open and strategic about contract or project-based roles, as companies are increasingly favoring temporary hiring for flexibility. Patience and adaptability are definitely your allies in this new terrain.
Right. Second, the power dynamics now decidedly favor employers. With more applicants for each job, companies can afford to be choosier. So you need to adjust your approach. Emphasize that personalized fit and the value you bring, be realistic and prepared to negotiations, and proactively strengthen your qualifications to meet those emerging skill demands.
Third, technology absolutely dominates the hiring process today. You must master ATS optimization for your resume, build a strong professional and consistent online presence on platforms like LinkedIn and GitHub, and understand the growing role of AI in hiring from initial screening right through to candidate sourcing. Your digital footprint is your professional storefront, so make sure it's impeccable.
Fourth, know yourself through deep, ongoing self-reflection. Identify your core values, your genuine interests, and your key skills, both technical and soft. Use that profound self-awareness to target roles that truly align with who you are and what genuinely excites you. That clarity makes you a much more authentic and compelling candidate, and it guides your career compass towards satisfaction.
And finally, number 5, be proactive, not just reactive. Please don't rely solely on clicking apply on job boards. You have to unlock the vast hidden job market through robust networking, through direct employer engagement like informational interviews, and by leveraging professional associations and mentorship programs. Go out and create opportunities instead of passively waiting for them to just appear.
That's powerful. Professional development is truly an ongoing journey, isn't it? It's like continuously updating your technical skills or learning a new programming language. The habits you develop now, staying informed, continuously learning, nurturing your network, reflecting on your growth, these will serve you throughout your entire career, not just this first job search.
Couldn't agree more. Thank you for diving deep with us today. And if you found this helpful, Please do share it with someone else who might benefit, and take a moment to reflect on how you can start applying these insights yourself.
So the final question for you, our listener. What's one proactive step you'll take this week? Just one, to begin shaping the tech career you truly desire.
Remember, your career is a journey, and every step you take today builds the future you imagine. Keep learning, keep growing, and go make it happen.